We are here. We are here. That's right. And we're live from Lexington, Kentucky. My voice is a little scratchy this morning. I'm noticing as I'm talking a little bit more. Been up for a couple hours, but haven't had anybody to talk to up till this point. And so I'm noticing I'm a little scratchy today. But hey, check it out. Les Brown is going to join us on today's episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind. Grant Cardone is going to join us on today's episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind. We're also going to talk about $8 Jolly Ranchers. That's right, $8 Jolly Ranchers. Of course, it's Taco Tuesday. And most importantly, we're going to have a conversation about one real deal fact that might surprise you. I'm just saying, it might surprise you. So I'm debating, do I drop it now, wait till after the intro? Drop it now, or wait till after the intro? I think I'm going to wait till after the intro. What's up, Sarah Holland? I'm glad you're here. Marilyn Wilkins in the building. Daughter Maria, Pastor Jeff, DM Hyman, Kim Walsh-Phillips. What's up, Samira? I'm so glad you're in the building. A day is here as well. All my folks over here on Twitter Spaces, you guys rock. Let's go ahead and dive in. Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind, the #1 morning show in the world filled with motivation, education, and inspiration. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Club, the club designed to help you unlock your full potential. Each episode is filled with celebrity interviews, inspiring conversations, and the strategies you need to get ahead in your career and your life. So grab your pen and turn up the volume because it's time to rise and grind. Amen, amen, amen. It's time to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday. That's right, today is Tuesday, February 28th, 2023. It's also Taco Tuesday, as you guys all know. Taco Tuesday. I love Taco Tuesday. Every Taco Tuesday, I get that I'm in town anyway. I get to spend it over at Grandma's house. Grandpa's going to make some delicious tacos. The kids are going to run around like crazy. My wife and I are going to sit and watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. That's right. You heard it here first, folks. But listen, today is Thursday, March 28, 2023. And today's also a day where I must confess I am broke. Like for real, for real. Like the lowest amount of cash I've had since I went back and looked since like March of 2022. Like it's been over a year since I've been this broke. I go through and I look at my cash accounts every single morning. I don't know if you do that or not, but I suggest that you do. I look at my cash accounts every single morning, get a little, I go into all the different places. I look at my net worth, those types of things. I'm constantly looking at that and monitoring that, which is good because you can see if it's going down, you can see if it's going up, and you can tell when you broke. And my goodness, dude, I gotta tell you, man, it's kind of terrifying not having any freaking money, man, especially when I've got payroll coming up, right? I got payroll coming up. I've got 13 employees now that need to get paid. I got my wife and my babies, right? I got wife and babies. They're looking at me like, yo, bro, we got to eat, man. Like, we got to eat. I got my parents, right? I take care of my parents. I bought them a house. We got to make sure that they're taken care of. I've got bills, all kinds of bills that are coming in, pouring in. I know y'all know that bill life, right? The bills are coming in. I got the new office space. I mean, golly, dude, I bought a jet. This guy right here bought a jet. Can you believe that? I got my new office space. We've got a new fence going up right now at the house. Dudes was out there yesterday. One of them farm fences, like 2,400 feet of farm fence, 4-plank farm fence. The stuff ain't cheap, man. I got bills. And on top of the bills, we've got there's a lot of people that are counting on me. There's a lot of companies that are counting on me. There are, a lot of communities that we've tapped into that are counting on me. Communities like this one right here. My friend Heather Parody's counting on me. My friend Stephanie Toadvine's counting on me. Gail Beecraft and Vicki Everett are counting on me. Everybody's counting on me. And here I am, dude, freaking broke. Like broke. Now would not be the time, John Paul. Now would not be the time. And here it is, man. The first of the month is days away, like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? First of the month comes around, boom. Another round of bills, another round of payroll, another round, first of the month comes in no time, right? So it's like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Thanks, Jay Casey. I count on you too. What am I going to do? Now, see, that, my friends, is the power of a deadline, knowing the first of the month is coming. It's a deadline. There's power in that. When I list off all of those that count on us, when I list off things like bills and things like payroll, when I list off the different expenses and the kids and the wife and the spouse and so on and so forth, when I list those things off, does it make you feel anxious? Do you feel a little bit of that load? Do you feel a little bit of that pressure? I mean, that's not even yours. That's me. This is my thing, right? But see, that's the power of a deadline, knowing that train is coming down the tracks, man. And we have got to continue to lay some freaking track, right? See, Jacqueline was like, yes, Lord. Christine said, good morning, I'm broke too. Can't make payroll. All right. But see, that is the power of a deadline, man. It puts that pressure. All of a sudden, we feel alive. You see, here's the thing. When things change from I could to I must, that's when the game changes. When things change from I could to I must, that's when the game changes. See, I understand, I must act now. I must act now. My life, the lifestyle that I've chosen for me and my family, and it was a choice, the lifestyle that I've chosen for me and my family hangs in the balance. And the same is true for you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Me personally, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Me personally, I'm going to dance. I'm going to dance. Let's go. I'm going to dance because that's what I do. That's what I do. Monday through Friday morning, right here on hashtag Rise and Grind. For those of you that know, you know what I'm talking about, right? We got to get these bodies in motion. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest, right? So we want to get rock and rolling. I feel like that's not loud enough. Let me turn that sucker up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Come on now. With the help of artificial intelligence, I officially wrote this song today that we are listening to this morning. What's up, Dana? Bro, we got to connect today. Yeah, we definitely got to connect today, Dana. This is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. If you're on YouTube, share it out. Facebook, share it out. Twitter, Spaces. You know what to do. Tweet. Send this sucker out into the streams. I greatly appreciate it. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay. Say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Does that sound fair? What's up, Tom Popelka. How you doing? Debbie Dowling Awaba, Marilyn Wilkin in the building. Great time with you and Miles yesterday on your new podcast. We got Tony Thorstad in the building. Tarika Simmons, Michael Barrich. I'm glad you're here. I see Andrew, I see Randy, I see Dan Giovanni. I see Leslie Price is in the building. JH is in the building. Trisha Rue and Kevin Fadley. What's up, Ricardo J? Up here in the building. I see Nicole and Leisha. I see Allison. I see Melvin and Chief. I see Erica. Good morning. Angelina. Good morning. Stars Tina. Good morning. What's up, Wes? Great to see you. How you doing, Tracy and Jacqueline? I see Babs Alexander. Good morning, Babs. Charisma Jules. Good morning. Russell Hill. Good morning, Glenn Yellow. What's up, Nicole Settles? Glad you're here. Russell Hill. I already just said Russell Hill. I said Russell Hill twice. Robin Wilshans and Rich Pintrick. I'm glad you're here as well. Who else up here in the building? Liza Myers Borges. I see her over there on Twitter Spaces. I see Jeannie. I see Anton. I see Catherine and Sheila. I see Clarissa. I see Mary Kim and Shanae. I see Patrick is in the building. Bill Fitzgerald. What's up, Jennifer? How you doing, Debbie? My guy Ramon Ray. Ramon, I got pressure on Ramon right now. Like, come on, creating diamonds, baby. Let's go. Christina and TM Hyman. I'm glad you're here. Kim Walsh Phillips is a rock star. Vitali is up in the building. My goodness, packed house this morning. Thanks for being here with me. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I love hanging out with you guys virtually. The only thing I love more is hanging out with you live and in person. So make sure you come join me in Dallas, Texas, Friday, April 13th and 14th. That's right, Dallas, man. Dallas is amazing. You need to come out there for the Champions Business Conference. Now, if you need like additional transportation to get you to the business conference in Dallas. Sorry, this is now too loud in my headphones. If you need some additional transportation, man, you can always go to shop.800eliteauto.com. That's right, shop.800eliteauto.com. And you can shop our entire network of 800% club dealers from all around America and Canada. You can find members of your tribe, members of your community. You now have a friend in the car business. Go to shop.800eliteauto.com. If you need a car, if your friend needs a car, your sister needs a car, maybe your daughter needs a car, your son needs a car, maybe grandpa needs a car. I don't know who needs a car, but I know I got great dealers all around North America that are here to serve. Go to shop.800eliteauto.com. And then come meet me out in Dallas, Texas for the Champions Business Conference, April 13th and 14th. Go to bwcdaily.com/Dallas 2023.
This is a very important question, but to ask you, if you started right now at zero, no assets, no connections, what are the 3 things you would do to build your business career?
Man, I would tap into all the things that I know. I mean, if you took everything away from me right now, the things that are most valuable to me, you can't take away. So you take the plane away, you take the money away, take the real estate the portfolio away. 3 years from now, I'll be bigger than I was because now I have courage. Like if you guys can just find your courage, man, and that's a muscle. You got to go build a muscle of courage. I have courage. Nobody can take that away from me. You can't steal it from me. You can't beat it out of me. I have belief now. I know what I can do now. Once you know what you can do, then you can do it a second time. And that's why so many people can go bankrupt and then come right back because they know now. The first time you do it, you don't know. The second time you do it, you're like, I think maybe the third and fourth time, you're like, I know for sure I can do this. So that's why I say success is so important. Success is my duty, responsibility, and obligation to myself. Forget my family for a second. I need success for me to feel good about me so I can be good with my family. And I think a lot of people are trying to do their life without having success be part of it. Success is part of my mental, I think success actually is the best medication for my mental health. Because when I'm successful, dude, I'm happy. I'm a good father. I'm a good dad, a good husband. So, yeah, just, it's vital that people are successful. That's what I would tell people, man. You need to make it a priority. You need to make it as important as everything else that's important to you in your life.
See, what's powerful is when you go to zero, all of a sudden it activates, it stimulates a different part of the brain, right? Where now all of a sudden a win, a close, a deal, success becomes vital. My friend Grant Cardone, he talks about this often. He talks about going to zero every month, looking at what's in your cash accounts, taking that cash, turning it into some tangible asset, but basically going back to zero so that you can ignite that hunger that exists in you. Now, me, my company, my family, I don't go completely to zero. I have not done that yet intentionally. But we're working our way that way. We are working our way that way because I'm starting to really understand the power in pressure. I'm starting to understand when that deadline starts to loom, how it can really start to unlock your full potential. You see, there's so much pressure on you when you're broke, right? Like, I vividly remember, and hopefully this doesn't, I don't think they can arrest me for something I did 25 years ago or so. Maybe they can. I don't know. But I vividly remember having 2 checking accounts, depositing a check from one account into the other account, though there were no funds to back up that check. But this is how I would float a couple more days until payday. Right? 2 checking accounts, 2 different banks. I deposit $400 over here. It would show I have $400 in the other account. I'll be spending the money in the other account and then hopefully get the money back in that other account before the check actually cleared, right? It was creative financing, also probably called illegal, lying, cheating, stealing. But I distinctively remember, man, when you're broke, all of a sudden, you start to get really, really creative. Luckily now I have morals and ethics and all of those things, but the principle still stays the same, right? A lot has changed, but the principles stay the same. I even remember, if you go back further, I remember selling Blow Pops and Jolly Ranchers, making $8 a box. When I was in middle school, I was like, bro, I'm freaking broke, man. I am broke. How can I get some stinking money? So I was like, dang, Jolly Ranchers, Blow Pops, I can sell those suckers for $0.25. I found a distribution house that I would walk to. It was like a couple miles, 3 miles, I don't even know. It was probably 2-3 miles from the house. I would walk over there and I would buy boxes of Jolly Ranchers for $4 a box. I could sell them for $0.25. I could make $8 a box for these Jolly Rancher sticks. I'd carry them around in a big old duffel bag and I'd sell them to all the kids in school for $0.25. Walking miles, buying boxes of candy, doing cold calls basically all day long to make $8. That's the power of pressure. When I was homeless, I hunted until I found a few dollars every single day. Literally hunted until I found enough for a sausage McMuffin with egg, What's up, Bill Have? Great to see you. I hunted every single day until I had enough for a sausage McMuffin with egg, an orange juice, a hash brown, and to be able to get on the bus that night. And here's the crazy part. I ate every single day. Like, because I had that pressure. Like, you want to talk about a deadline. It's like, freaking get the money or don't eat. Get the money by 6 p.m. or you're not getting on the bus and you're sleeping outside tonight. Those deadlines pushed me, motivated me, drove me to walk miles on miles looking for a quarter, looking for a nickel, looking for a penny. But then here I am, and here we are nowadays, and we've gotten soft, bro. Like, let's just be real. We've gotten soft. I know for a fact that I have gotten much softer than that guy that was freaking hunting for pennies. Like, that's a fact. I got a nice, cushy house, right? We got a nice cushy house. I'm putting in a $30,000 farm fence right now, 2,500 feet of fencing, right? I start work here actually in the office at 9:30 a.m. That's when I start in the office. Now, I do this show in the morning, but then I leave and I go back and I work out and so on and so forth, take a shower, right? And I get in the office with my staff at 9:30, and then I'm still leaving at like 5 o'clock or 5:30 or 6 o'clock to have dinner, right? I'm like, so what is that? An 8-hour day? 9:30 to, I don't even think it's an 8-hour day, right? Like, come on, man. It's crazy, right? I've got my nice truck. I drive my nice truck. I've got my nice new office, right? Love my office, 9,700 square feet. It's a beautiful place. And we're like putting in new lighting, and we're building out a new studio, buying cameras and doing all this crazy stuff, right? I don't know about you, but I don't even stand in line anymore. I don't even stand in lines anymore, right? Like, I don't stand in line to get my lunch. Do you remember standing in line to get my lunch? Now I just call Uber Eats, and Uber Eats brings me my lunch, right? Uber Eats brings me my lunch. So I don't stand in line to get lunch. I don't stand in line to, wait for a car like I used to. Like, I don't stand in line. I don't stand in line to get my groceries. My groceries get delivered to my house. Soft. S-O-F-T, soft. Did you know soft stands for sloppy, overindulgent, fickle, and timid? That's legit. So how do we shift that, right? How do we stay hungry? How do we stay hungry when it's so easy for us to fall into soft? It's so easy in today's day and age to not fight for every freaking penny. How many pennies have you stepped over lately? How many times have you looked at a nickel or a dime or a quarter on the ground and said, don't need that? Crazy, right? Crazy. So how do you stay hungry? Well, here's how you stay hungry, man. Deadlines. Be a responsible adult and start setting some freaking deadlines for yourself. Like, for real. I get the book done by X, right? Like, if you've been talking about writing a book forever, you're one of them people talking about writing a book forever, like Glenn Lundy, right? You're like, I am going to get the book done by X, and then go out and pay for it. Invest in it. Hire whoever you need to hire. Pay for it. Get a freaking deadline. Otherwise, you're never going to do it. You have gotten soft. We in society have gotten soft, right? Like, I need you to say today, like, I am changing the relationship by this date. Otherwise, I'm not continuing this relationship, right? And I'm not saying like married, I'm not getting into all that, but I'm just saying if there's a unhealthy, negative environment that you're spending every day in, I want you to say, by this date, and the reason I say I change, it's not that person better change, because you can't change other people. I am going to change in this way to make sure I have a healthy relationship by this date. Otherwise, I'm done. Like, give yourself a freaking deadline, man. Like, I am getting the promotion by this date. By this date. Otherwise, I'm going and looking for a new job. I'm getting the promotion by this date. Otherwise, I'm packing my SHIT and I'm out. Like, give yourself a deadline. Be an adult. We are moving to Twitter Spaces. Breakfast with Champions is moving to Twitter Spaces. I think April 10th is when the entire show's moving over. We're already doing my part of the show over on Twitter Spaces. We're moving the whole thing on April 10th, and I've been putting pressure on Ramon and my Breakfast with Champions squad, right? And that pressure has BWC growing already. Just a little bit of pressure, because we were comfortable doing it one way, right? We were comfortable, but now all of a sudden there's some external pressure. There's a deadline, and now all of a sudden, like, we're seeing people making moves, people are growing in ways they hadn't grown before. They're doing, I'm getting messages. Hey, I'd never even been on Twitter before. Never thought I would be on Twitter before. Now I'm on Twitter, right? See, we apply a little pressure, we set a deadline, and all of a sudden, what was a I could becomes an I must, and that's when the game changes. When I could becomes I must, that's when the game changes. So listen, I'm challenging you. I want you to ask that question this morning. Like, what do I need to attach a deadline to today? There is little more powerful than a deadline. I remember in college, I had the SAT. I had to take the SAT on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Friday night, I decided to have a poker party. So I had a poker party Friday night, and we were playing poker all night long. And then my buddy bumps me, and he says, yo, bro, don't you have to take the SATs at 8 o'clock? I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to take the SAT. So I run over, take a shower real quick, zero sleep, run to the campus, get over to the campus where they're taking the test, sit down, take my test, right? Took my SAT. I got an 1180 on that SAT, 1280 on my SAT. That got me a full ride scholarship to Northern Arizona University, right? If the test didn't have a deadline of when it started, I would have never taken it. If it didn't have a deadline, if that deadline wasn't there, my entire life would be different. Those 2 years that I spent in college before I flunked out were an important 2 years. My daughter was born in that year. Deadlines are how the stuff gets done, and you should have them daily. So listen, I am broke, and I've got a couple days to the first. You better believe I will be hunting today. I will be hunting with a hunger, hunting to make an impact in people's lives. That's what I'm going to do today. What about you?
I told Mr. Washington I wanted to become a disc jockey. Someone asked me to tell this story. And he said, Les Brown, he said, if you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry. And so I started working to develop myself. He said, I want you to practice every day being a disc jockey. I said, but I don't have any job now. He said, it doesn't matter. He said that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. So every day I was working to develop myself. And that's what you must do. And as I was working to develop myself, I applied for a job as a disc jockey, WMB, I'm on Miami Beach. I went to a guy named Milton Butterball. I said, how you doing, Mr. Butterball? I'd like to get a job as a disc jockey. He looked at me, he said, do you have any broadcast background? I said, no, sir, I don't. Do you have any journalism background? I said, no, sir, I don't. He said, we don't have any jobs available. I said, yes, sir. I went back to Mr. Washington and I told him. He said, don't take it personally. He said, most people are so negative, they will have to say no 7 times before they say yes. He said, go back again. So I went back again. I said, how you doing, Mr. Butterball? My name is Les Brown. He said, I know what your name is. What do you want? I said, I'd like to know whether or not you have any jobs at disc jockey, sir. He said, didn't I just tell you yesterday we didn't have any jobs? I said, yes, sir, but I know whether or not somebody got laid off or somebody was fired, sir. He said, no one was laid off or fired. Now get on out of here. I came back the next day. Hello, Mr. Butterball, how are you? He said, fine, what do you want now? I said, I'd like to know whether or not you got any jobs, sir. Didn't I tell you the last 2 days we didn't have any jobs? I said, yes, sir, but I don't know whether or not somebody got sick or somebody died, sir. He said, no one got sick or died. Now don't come back here and throw me out again. I came back the next day like I was seeing him for the first time. I said, hello, Mr. Butterball, how are you? He looked at me with rage. He said, go get me some coffee. I said, yes, sir. And I went to get him some coffee. After a while, I would give their lunch and dinner, and I would go in the control rooms and take the disc jockeys their food, and I would not leave until they would ask me to leave. Then they started trusting me to pick up entertainers that came to town. Entertainers like the Four Tops and the Temptations and Dinah Ross and the Supremes. I would drive them all over Miami Beach in the disc jockeys' big long Cadillacs. I didn't have any driver's license, but I was driving like I had some. And one day, one Saturday afternoon, while I was at the radio station, a guy named Rock was drinking while he was on the air. I was the only one there, looking at him through the control room windows, walking back and forth, young, ready, and hungry. I was saying, drink, Rock, drink. Drink, Rock. I'd have gone to get him some more if he'd asked me to. Pretty soon the phone rang, and it was the general manager. And I answered the phone. I said, hello? He said, Les, this is Mr. Klein. I said, I know. He said, Rock can't finish his program. I said, I know. He said, would you call one of the other DJs in? I said, yes, sir. I hung the phone up. I said, now he must think I'm crazy. I called my mom and my girlfriend, Cassandra. I said, y'all turn up the radio and come out on the front porch. I'm about to come on the air. I waited for about 20 minutes, and I called him back. I said, Mr. Klein, I can't find nobody. He said, young boy, do you know how to work the controls? I said, yes, sir. He said, go in there and don't say nothing here. I said, yes, sir. I couldn't wait to get behind those controls. I put on an old Stevie Wonder record called Fingertips. I sat down behind that turntable. I said, look out, this is me, LB, Triple P. Les Brown, your platter playing papa. There were none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only. Young and single and love to mingle, certified, bona fide, indubitably qualified to bring you satisfaction, a whole lot of action. Look out, baby, I'm your love man. I was hungry. I was hungry. You gotta be hungry.
You gotta be hungry, my friends. You gotta be hungry. All right. Listen, I love you. I do. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. So get out there, set those deadlines, quit being so dang soft, and let's go out there and make a difference. Does that sound fair? All right, I'm going to head over to Twitter Spaces. We can talk about this a little bit more if you want to join me over there. Otherwise, I'll catch you back here tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do this all over again right here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have an amazing day.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind, grind, grind. Hashtag rise and grind, grind, grind. Hashtag rise and grind. morning. On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if